In the last project of Chapter 6, we're going to take a look at templates and some of the existing templates that Excel has to offer. Templates are created and used by users for consistency purposes and also for efficiency purposes. A template has many times information already included in the workbook, and there may be formulas and functions that have already been added, and it saves the user a lot of time, especially if that particular type of document is used over and over again. So it not only saves you time, but it does offer consistency over a period of time. The templates are found under the File tab in the New area. You can see the available templates group here area. There are a variety that are shown here in folders that are from the Office area. Also, a blank workbook in and of itself is a template. When we open up a blank workbook, it has the font already set, the font size is already set as well. So we're going to look for the billing statement that's hopefully found. Let's see if I can find it here. And the billing statement is found under sample templates. So we want to double click on that. That'll bring up a folder that houses some sample templates again from Excel. And the very first one that's in that group is the billing statement. If you click on it, that kind of shows you in the preview area on the right what it is. If I click on the next one down, which is a blood pressure tracker, again that shows you a preview of what it's going to look like. And then once we make our selection, then we can click on the Create button on the right hand side, and that will bring up our template. Okay, and I'll kind of scroll through this, but you can see some text that's already existed in the workbook, so you don't have to keep keying that in over and over if you'd like to use this on a monthly basis or weekly basis or whatever it is. Current date's been put in there as well. That's a function, so the user doesn't have to do that. There are formulas. You can see here in the balance column the amount payment, the amount of the payment. They've used that, as well as in cell A16. So there are a lot of things that are already included so that the user doesn't have to do that each time. And we're going to fill in just a little bit of this. I'm not going to complete the entire template, but just to give you an idea of what we do as we complete the template. The first thing that they want us to do is in cell B1, we're going to type in Inflow Systems, which is the name of the company, the street address right below that, P.O. Box, and I'm getting this information from pages 228 229. And you just go on down, replacing in whatever it is that they want there. This was actually address 2, sorry about that. And then city, state, and zip, they give you all that. Phone number, they ask that you insert that so that's applicable to the inflow systems. Statement number, you can put that in as well. And then down at the bottom, I do want to kind of fill in some information here so you can see the formulas being used. The date, you can put in whatever today's date is. The type, we're just going to call it system unit. The invoice number is 7452. The description is calibration unit. The amount is $9.50. Now notice I'm just keying in raw numbers here, but when I tab to go to the next cell, it automatically formats that to currency and 2 decimal places. The payment that's been made on that is $200. Notice when I tab, it automatically puts the balance in because there's a formula that takes amount minus payment. So you can see, and then it automatically totals. If we had another description that we wanted to add, you can expand your rows. Oops, let's undo that just a minute. If you go on tab again, it'll add another line, and you could type in some additional information. The numbers there. Description, you could type in another amount, how much they've paid on it. Notice it's keeping a running total. So templates are great tools. A lot of the information is already keyed in there for you. That's why it saves you time. Also the formulas and functions. Anything that you want to keep in there for further use has already been put in. Now, when we opened this template, it was no longer called billing statement, but now it's called billing statement 1. And when we save this, if I were to save it in my Chapter 6 folder, notice it's going to save it as a workbook. Okay, it won't save over the templates. or the original template, because it's in a template folder on our C drive, so it's kind of protected from the user going in and overwriting that. So the next time when we open it, and I'll just go ahead and say this is billing statement 1. Okay, we'll close out of it. And then we're going to open up that billing statement again. Notice it's gone back to scratch, so that if another person wanted to use it, they can still type in their own information, but the prompts are there, the formulas are still there as well. Okay, and that concludes Chapter 6. So if you want to review the chapter summary, that's on pages 230, 231. The concepts check are on pages 231 to 232. And as always, the assessments at the end of the chapter are great exercises to apply the features that were taught in Chapter 6. And as always, if you have questions, feel free to email me or call me.